Well, good morning, everybody. Hello. Hi. Oh, we got all my peeps here. I'm quilting with my peeps today. I see my shirt. Quilting with my peeps. And I see all my peeps in the chat. Hey, everybody. Hi. It's Becky from Power Tools with Thread, and you are in our Stitchuation room. I hope everybody's doing well. Oh, my goodness. Today, my husband and I celebrate 23 years of wedded bliss. When we got married, I was still active duty, and so we were trying to decide on a date, right, for the ceremony. And I said, well, what about July 3rd? Because that way we can party up a storm on our anniversary and never have to go to work the next day, right? And so he liked it. I liked it. That's Master Sergeant thinking. Yeah. And we always have fireworks on our anniversary as well. So, well, thank you all for the wishes. I appreciate that. The happy anniversaries. That's really nice. Yeah, I know. So lots going on here in the I did a little shopping yesterday because I had to go meet a maintenance guy for the air conditioning unit at our rental house. And so that was just a little well baby check. Had to do that and check out the property, make sure everything's okay. And then went over to Fiberworx, which is my local quilt shop. And it's actually in McQueeney, Texas. It's like 20 some miles from me. But popped in there because I had used that navy blue. I did the deer. Yeah, it's not done. No, it's not done, Candace. It's not done. Because I did the navy blue on Cindy's binding, I was down on my navy blue solid. So I picked up some more. I hit the mode of solids, you guys. I got I got 2 yards of everything. So this navy, and then they had Moda also has a midnight navy, this super, super dark blue. So I got this as well. And Fredo's outside with Keith right now. Otherwise, she'd be right here. And then 2 more yards of blackest black. I don't know, super black. I needed this. I actually, because of maybe a miscalculation or I'm not sure, but on the Happy Halloween quilt, this one right here that's hanging on my quilt stand, that one, I got into the binding for some of the sashing. So I needed more solid black. So that was what I got into yesterday over there. Thank you all so much. Yeah, I love my blues, love my navy. And you can't go wrong. Whenever I go into a store, I'll kind of take a look at my shelf before I go and know, all right, I need to get some more of these solids specifically. And then when Christmas is coming, let me rattle in bags. Sorry, you guys. When Christmas is coming, perhaps a solid red or solid green or that type thing. There's Keith over there. Everybody's wishing us happy anniversary, baby.
Oh, thank you.
I can't turn the camera. He's indisposed in his boxers.
I'm fine.
Yeah. Fredo, you want a goldfish? Come here, baby. Come say hi to everybody. Hello. Well, there she is. This is Fredo. She's our 4-year-old Australian cattle dog. Here you go, baby. She has her own little goldfish. This is from Antoinette at smartneedle.com. Thank you, Antoinette, for those. That's it, sweet girl. Yes. Good girl. Okay, you go see Daddy. All right. Got that out of the way. I know some of you, I tell you, it's so cute. I get so many emails. Y'all have grandchildren. Watch this just to see the dog. So cute. So cute. So this is a virtual stitching retreat. And if you've ever been on a retreat, you bring a project to work on, or maybe they have a project for you to work on. But it's just a nice gathering of friends. If you've never been on one, I highly encourage you to find a retreat and look in your local area for retreat houses. Support your local quilt shops and your guilds that put those on. That's very, very helpful to them to keep everything going. But at a retreat, you might stitch, You might not, whatever you feel like, right? You're going to meet new friends and just really enjoy yourself. So last retreat I went on, they had a lady come in and give facials. Gotta love that, right? Hold on a second here. I'm gonna turn on this light. What this is not is a class or a tutorial or anything like that. So we just kind of hang out in here, and you guys follow me along on my sewing journey. And if you want to sew along with me, that's wonderful. If not, that's wonderful too. So I'm just going to put that out there, because sometimes I've got new folks here and they're like, what is she doing? There's not another format like this out there on YouTube, you guys. So, and if you're here watching in the live, there's no commercials. And then if you are not a YouTube premium member, then you will get commercials in the replays, just FYI. So, that coffee is so good. We've got a virtual kitchen and there is coffee in there and lots of goodies in there. We're neighbors, VP. Where do you live? Are you in Vernia with me? Okay, y'all. So yesterday I did finish stitching block 5. So that's the one with the green to the outside in the centers, the red points up there. Block number 5. Let me show you. Let's get in there and take a look at it. That's it right there in the middle, block 5. So that one got finished. That is, so now we have 7 out of 22 are done. 1/3 of the way there-ish, correct? A little bit over 1/3. All right, and then I also got lots of work done on the reindeer. So this is the reindeer from Dearly Loved, from Coriander Quilts by Yoder. I had told y'all we were going to be stitching this year. I hope that you had an opportunity to pick up the pattern. So much fun. Took me about half an hour to do this face, okay, and then an hour to put both of the reindeer antler units together. This was an extra hour of sewing ish, maybe a little bit more, Turned out so cute. I'm on a group chat, and there was a lot of chatter going on last night, and one of y'all that's in here was in that group chat, and my watch was just buzz, buzz, buzz. She's in California and the other person is in Florida. So they're cross country. And here I am in Texas in the middle. Buzz, 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 buzz. I finally, into my watch, I said, would y'all stop blowing up my phone? I'm at a very precarious point trying to attach antlers to a head. And they were like, sorry. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. So anyway, I got to show y'all the coolest thing that I saw at Fiberworx yesterday. I have linked Fiberworx below in the description box with, you can look them up online, but it shows you how it's spelled and their phone number. They're out of these kits, but Sandra, the lady who owns the shop, is going to re-kit this quilt. And I think some of you with grandkids are going to just love it. So you need to call the store. They open at 10 Central, and tell them that you want to get, I gotta sign into my phone. My phone doesn't recognize me. Hold on. Let me get to my pictures. That you want to get a kit for this quilt. This is called Legends of the National Parks. It's by Riley Blake. So I'm going to hold it up here where you guys can see it. All right. The panel is dark. The green in the panel is dark. All right. So you see this? So here's Bigfoot. Okay. This right here is a jackalope, which is a rabbit and an antelope, I think. And then here's an alien. One of these is an alien. This guy down here is an alien. and the other one is a Swamp Thing monster. I do not know of any 10 to 14, 15-year-old boy that would not love this quilt for Christmas. This, y'all, this is so neat. And they've got a pattern with it. It's called Legends of the National Parks. That is a line that has been put out by Riley Blake. There's also a giant panel for Bigfoot, and they've only got one of those left, but they're out of this. So she's ordered more of the fabric panels, and she's going to kit them, and they will be available in August. It's jackalope is an antelope and a jackrabbit. Thanks, Eli. I appreciate that. Yeah. So I just, hold on. It said not everyone needs to be a unicorn. And then that's the jackalope panel right there. Let me get out of the way so this can focus. That is so stinking cool. Yeah, you know, a 31-year-old boy that would love that too, Patty. I'm telling you, I saw this and I was like, oh my word. Okay, so this says believe in yourself, even if nobody else does. Bigfoot. There's that part of it. Okay. You want one too, Beth? She says, forget the boys. I want one. And this is I Need Space, extraterrestrial. I'm sure that is for White Sands, right? That's a national park. And then over here, this one says, go green or go home, lizard man. That must be for somewhere in Florida swamps, don't you think? I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. It's great. Just great. I just stared at it. I was like, I got to have that. I got to have that. So she will have the kits in August when, so she's ordered more stuff and everything. But you guys give Fiberworx a call today, tomorrow. Get on the list and say, I need that. And that way she knows to order more if she needs to. Okay. So, all right. And the pattern that was used for that, I'll tell you guys, they'll have a pattern that goes with it too. But the pattern is from Villarosa Designs. It's adobo. Okay. There's the pattern right there. Adobo. Very, very cool. Okay. I love it. I just loved it. Blurry Creatures podcast. Okay, Tracy. Oh, there's a podcast for Blurry Creatures. I love that. There was a story on CBS Sunday Morning about it's down in Tasmania, the Tasmanian tiger. That was pretty interesting. Maybe that was 60 Minutes. Anyway. Oh my goodness. Okay, you guys. Today I'm going to stitch some more on the Dearly Loved. Okay. So I have done the whole antler and the face units with the ornaments. And now I've got to work on the star blocks. Then we'll be doing borders and done. I love it. So what I do, if you're new, is I work 20 to 30 minutes on any given project per day, unless I'm in a groove and I've got time and I'm going to keep going. But you can get so much done when you just dedicate 20 minutes to that. You know, as I say, eat that elephant one bite at a time. Just 20 minutes to it, and you can get so much done instead of thinking, oh, I've got to sew that and it's going to take me an hour and a half. I don't do that. Set a timer, 20 minutes, and just sit and stitch. When I'm done with that one, because I'm a little, I constantly have to be doing more than one thing at a time. So then I will go ahead and pull up another star block for how to build a scarecrow and get that going. And I didn't get to do one of the Snapplique blocks yesterday because I had to be away from the house. And I could have gotten home sooner and not gone to the quilt store, but that's not happening. If I'm in that neck of the woods, I'm going over there. Yeah. Awesome. Awesome. All right. If you guys are new, pop in the chat. Let us know that you're new. There's a welcoming committee. They will make sure that you are feeling dearly loved. Haha. Oh my goodness. I don't have a thermal cup today and my coffee's chilling off while I chit chat. Vicky. Vicky says, my problem, I go to my sewing room and lose track of time. That's why you set a timer. I saw the cutest, you asked about the cruise. Haven't heard from anyone on the Sew and Sail cruise. They're working on it. Don't worry. He's got the list. He's working on it. Don't worry about it. You will. Okay. I saw the cutest meme on Facebook the other day, and it was talking about a panic room. And I don't know if you guys are familiar with what panic rooms are, but you get locked in a room and then you have to find your way out. Okay. And you have to look at all the clues that are around in the room to figure out how to get out of the panic room. So this meme was showing the inside of a well-stocked quilt store. Okay. Well-stocked. And this camera is going around all these bolts and bolts and bolts of fabric, right? And patterns and notions and everything. And it said, this is a quilter's panic room. The exits are clearly marked. You've got 1 hour to get out. See if you can do it. Because there's no way I can get out of a quilt store in 1 hour. I thought that was hilarious. So, okay. Oh, that's a good idea. Anna, she says when she's at her long arm, an empty bobbin means break time. Otherwise, you lose track of time. Yeah, that's a great, great idea. Absolutely. Okay. Oh, one more thing too. I wasn't going to do this. I wasn't going to do it, but that's right, Wanda. Why would we want to get out? We wouldn't want to get out, would we? My fabric kit and embellishments came in, and my CD for Kimber Bell's mini quilts, July through December, finally arrived. Finally. So I will take some time either later this week or next week, and we will do a live to do a couple of blocks for July and, get July's put together. But that'll be fun. I know I wasn't going to, but I did January through June, and I thought I can't just do 6 months. That doesn't work. So I'll be doing that. It didn't say you couldn't go back in, no. Okay, so Michelle wants to know the difference between a Solaris and a Luminaire. What is the difference? Oops, sorry, wrong one. Hold on. What is the difference between the Solaris and the Luminaire? One is made by Baby Lock, one is made by Brother. One has Disney designs in it, which is the Luminaire. Baby Lock does not. The Luminaire talks to the Brother Scan and Cut. The Solaris does not. Let me see. Now, but I'm a Brother baby, so I know more about the Luminaire. The Solaris they have different internal designs to them. Like I said, Brother has Disney, but even the embroidery designs that are inside of the machines are different from each other. Okay. But, and then, so let's see, sometimes price, sometimes not, different dealers, right? So, Gail, looking for Becky's method for a hanging sleeve. Where can you find it? Gail, you can look at any of my videos. Matter of fact, for the mini quilts, okay. If you look on my channel, previous video, finishing Kimber Bell mini quilt, July, April, May, whatever. I show how to do that. That's not my method, y'all. I learned that from a video from Laura Koya from So Very Easy. She's one of you sent me a link to that video and changed my life. Okay, so you just take a square, whatever size. So somebody asked the question the other day in the Facebook group. We have a Power Tools with Thread Facebook group. And it's private. And I also have a public page. So there's both. And if you join the private group or you want to, you need to be sure to answer all the questions. Otherwise, and you have to have a profile photo. If you don't have a profile photo, you can't get in. And Does the Brother Dream Machine talk to the Scan and Cut? No, Pamela, it does not. No, it does not have the My. It's any machine that has the My Connection feature. So the My Connection is part of the Luminaire and the Stellaire. Okay. Otherwise, you just use a USB. It'll be fine. Yes, Ruth, yes. The answer to your question is yes. She's asking about my Brother printer. Yes. So, what was I talking about? I just squirreled. Oh, the hanging triangle. So somebody in the Facebook group asked and said, my quilt is 58 inches across. Her Happy Halloween. What size square should she use for the hanging triangle? Okay. And how does the Stellaire talk to the Scan and Cut? It has the My Connection. I believe Stellaire has My Connection. I believe it does. Anyway, so don't get me off track, y'all. I'm not going to look at the chat. Okay. So my advice to her was 5 10-inch squares, because when you fold the square into a triangle and then you fold that triangle into a smaller triangle, one edge of that is 10 inches. So if you put 5 10-inch triangles across the top, that covers 50 inches. So you can do one triangle in the center to make sure your center doesn't droop, right? And then you can do 2 triangles evenly spaced toward the outside. And I like to leave a little gap at the corners so that the triangles don't get bunched into the mitered corners, okay? So you can use 10-inch triangle, just use, so like on my little mini quilts, these little ones right there, those little bitty mini quilts, those are all 6 inches, okay? Unfinished 6.5, finish at 6, I believe. So I just did a 5-inch square, 5-inch square. So it's variable. Oh, thank you so much, Ruth. You are so sweet. Thank you so much for your super sticker. Cheap class, right? Yeah. I'm loving that printer, Ruth. Loving that printer. Yeah. I have a link to it below in the description box too. I got it on Amazon. I love it. Every time I click print, it just spits it right out. I don't have any more drama with you're not connected to the internet and I don't feel like it today or anything else that printers might put you through. Thank you so much, Ruth. You're a sweetheart. And Sue, I got your sticker. Thank you. I told you not to do that, but thank you so much. I appreciate the super thanks. I appreciate it. All right, so let's get stitching on our first set. We need, it says green star blocks. I'm at the top of page 6. Top of page 6 in the pattern. I got green star blocks I need to make. And it does. Yes, the Stellaire has My Connection along with the Meridian and the Altair by Baby Lock. I don't know. Does it have My Connection, the Baby Lock machines? I was unaware of that. Okay. I'll trust you on that. I was unaware of that, so I cannot confirm or deny. Okay. All right. Did I check on the cost of ink for the new print? Sandra, I just signed up for that thing that says send me ink when you think I need it, because it's tracking your machine. It's fine. All right. So I need, I got to make some flying geese. How about that? So it says I need P's. And when I say an alphabet letter, you guys, all of my pieces were pre-cut and we have alphabetties. These are alphabetties. I've got them linked below. They're double-sided tiles from Fat Quarter Shop. And I put hot glued a piece of fusible fleece to the back of them so they don't slide off my fabric. Okay. So we're making our way through. And in this particular pattern, you're going to need the standard alphabetties, which are 1 letter, and then the expansion pack, which are double letters. Okay. You love flying geese. I do too. I didn't love them before I figured out that whole turn of cloth thing, but I do love my flying geese. All right. So It says I need a P and a BB. So I'm going to, let's see. I need 2 green stars. I need a whole bunch of my flying geese. So I'm going to need 8. I'll show y'all. Here's what we're after. That guy right there. So if you're not a quilter, there's a lot of embroiderers in here. And if you're not a quilter and you're thinking flying geese, you're like, what is that? All right. So a flying geese, not a goose, a geese, because there's more than one. A flying geese is the points of these stars. Okay. So you got 2 points that stick down. And how you make a flying geese is you need a piece of rectangular background fabric. And then you have 2, usually, not always, usually, same height squares. And you will do a sew and flip method on one corner like this. Okay. And then another one like this. That's pretty much what a flying geese looks like. And the idea is see the V? If you've ever seen geese fly, okay, they fly in a V, right? So this is a flying geese unit. Mystery solved. All right. So I need 8 of these little green squares because I have to have 4 flying geese units, and you need 2 squares per background fabric. Yes, yes. All right. Happy 4th of July. Hi, Pam. All right. So I'm going to be here tomorrow. Even though tomorrow's a holiday, every day's a holiday in my world, you guys. So 2, 4, I'll be here. 6. You guys got big plans for the 4th? We usually go to Port O'Connor and have the big fireworks down there, but with Keith being in recovery, he can't sit in a car for 2.5 hours down there. Ain't gonna work. That'd be miserable. So we won't be going. This is the first year in 15 years that we have not got down to Port O'Connor. Okay. All righty. Brisket. Yes, ma'am. Oh my gosh, y'all. We've got a grocery store chain in Texas called HEB. And they just did a big remodel of the one here in my little town. And they put a brisket trailer, barbecue trailer, out in the parking lot. And the other day I got 1 pound of their lean brisket. Oh, it was so good. Oh my gosh, it was good. Very good. I loved it. Very tender. Yeah, I love HEB. That's the only reason. If you've ever been to an HEB, you know. That's the only reason I won't live anywhere else but Texas. It's because of that grocery store. They're the best. All righty. So I need to draw some lines here on my back of my squares for my geese. So rinse and repeat, you guys. Those of you that are new, this is how I mark my squares for my geese. You can do what you want, all right? This is a friction fine liner marker, not a pen. The pens tend to ghost. I take a straight edge ruler. This is just a little, doesn't matter. Just any ruler will work. I put the ruler corner to corner on the fabric, and then I'm going to draw a line. You notice I start in the center, okay? It prevents torquing, okay? So I'm drawing a line. So if the ruler's corner to corner, the line is not. The line is right next to corner to corner. And my fingers are in the way covering this other half of the fabric. So on this piece that's hanging out from underneath the ruler, I'm going to make a little mark. That's the side that's going to be cut off. That is actually the shorter side of the two triangles that I have just identified with a line. So I'm putting fine liner marker, make a mark, and I'm going to sew on the line. But you want to make the mark so that you know which side is going to be cut off. If you don't, you're going to cut off the bigger side, and then your geese will be wonky, and you'll be like, what happened? How come that didn't work? Becky said it would work, and it doesn't, but it does. It's important that you identify the piece that is going to be cut off. Oh my gosh, Elizabeth, we just went through almost 2 years of remodel in our HEB, and it was hectic. It's really nice now, but oh my word, it was so bad. Just curbside a lot. All right. HEB years ago was the number 11 grocery chain in the country. I don't know where they're at now in their little grocery chain awards. Everybody says, love my HEB. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. They are fantastic. I buy the Hill Country Fair soups, the cream of mushroom, cream of chicken, chicken noodle, all of that tastes exactly like Campbell's. Exactly. They used to be 50 cents a can, but you know how that goes. They're not anymore. Okay. All right, so these are all marked. So now I have all my little fabrics. I don't know if you can see. And they have a mark. That's the side that's going to get cut off. Okay. Thank you. Oh, they just put an HEB in Fort Worth. Look out. You're going to love it, love it, love it. Okay. Now I need my background fabrics. So your background fabric goes face up. Okay. Put this away. All right. And let me turn on my iron. Okay. The piece that's going to be cut off with the little mark, that's going to go up here in a corner. And you want to exactly match your edges. Exactly match your edges. You should not see green from the back over the top or sides of the fabric. Okay. And you should not see white. On that piece you're going to cut off, you should not see white. Okay. Y'all, I tell you, the HEBs, it's like going into an IKEA for the crowds. It's crazy. All right. And I have to turn on my machine, and that makes it work a lot better. And when you make these, don't get a hair and think that you can make both squares, both triangles, and sew them on at the same time. You can't. Okay. Ask me how I know that. All right, so I sewed exactly on the line, and because I sewed on the line, I have enough room to pull this up to the corner of the fabric, right? And it fits. And I'm going to make a crease with I'm going to finger crease it with my nail. Maintain the integrity of the base shape. You should not see green over the edges from the back, and I should not see white over the edges from the front. Okay, that's a good one. And I finger creased it. Okay. Your Cricut iron died. Oh, I'm sorry, only one. That's terrible. Erg. I know. Thank you all. Oh, hey, my son is here. Look at that. That is my son, the pastor. Hi, Ryan. Hey, Ryan, walk me down the aisle. That's nice. That means he's probably got my granddaughter up watching too. All right. So this is a seam roll, okay? And this is a baby clapper. These are tailor's tools, usually used in garment making, but for the purpose of quilting, they're all the rage now. I have a link below to these. They are made by a gentleman in Fort Worth, and he has an Etsy shop for the gray rooster. He's fantastic. Very nice. All right. So now that I've got that one done, I can cut it. You've got to get it ironed and cut. Ryan, you're probably going to get bombarded with these ladies saying, I want a ruler rack. Get with the program. Y'all, he's finishing up his PhD. Give him a break. Okay. Okay. So there's half of my geese. So the idea is, if I take the original shape and I put it up against, see how that there's no green hanging over. It's not wonky. That's exactly what you're after. Maintain the integrity of the base shape, okay? So now I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Now, I usually chain piece these. All right, I'm going to take this other one. And remember, I marked the side that was hanging out from underneath the ruler, my straight edge. That's the corner that's going to be cut off. Okay. Yeah, he said last night, he said, what time do you come on live? And I said 7 a.m. Central. That's 6 o'clock for you because he's in Colorado Springs. He said, that might be a little early for Callie. All right. Y'all, she's 10. Be nice if she's here. Okay. So there, that's done. Now I can fold it up, match the points exactly. Okay. And finger crease it. Y'all, that's a good looking geese right there. How about that? I'm going to iron it. Give it a little clapper, love. Okay. Get this out of the way. Move my ironing station over here so you guys can see it. This is just a 3-tier rolling cart. It's in my Amazon store. And then I have a Steady Betty on top of it. Y'all can use, this is a 13 by 17 Steady Betty. Okay. I just like it because it's got a nice piece of wood in there to keep it firm. All right, this looks good. That's a good looking geese. See? So I need 3 more of these to make the rest of, I need another base for this. Okay. Will a wool mat work as well as the roller bar? No, I have both. And I will tell you why. I'll tell you why. The roller bar has these nice smooth sides. When you go to press this, okay, and you've got that seam on top, you can pull that seam open with your thumb and forefinger, and then you can really get in there and hold that tight. It's my opinion. When you're only working with a straight flat surface like this, wool mat, okay, you can try to hold it open. I mean, it'll work. I feel like I get a better result with a seam roll bar. There's a reason this was created. It is favored by couture garment folks. You're about to start a fall quilt that has 84 flying geese. What were you thinking? I have no idea, Jeannie. None. No idea what you were thinking. You are a crazy, insane woman. However, you know, if you chain piece them, it's not that bad. They're not that bad. That's right. If you use a roller bar, that's really good, Patty. Okay. If you use a roller bar, you won't imprint the seams on the fabric. Used a lot for fancy fabrics, yes. They are designed, very used all the time in the couture sewing world. All right, so let me show you how to chain piece these. So I'm going to get my fabrics exactly the way I want. I'm going to sew on the line, and then There's one. See, it's not that bad. You just got to make sure they're all going the same way. It makes it a lot easier. Once you get to going on these, you got to watch. Sometimes this point here wants to scooch off the background fabric. We don't like that. Oh. Had a little wrinkle there. Not good. And I'm sewing, the background fabric is face up. And the little square is face down. All right. Snip them apart. So what I try to do when I sew a lot of the same thing over and over is minimize my movements so that I'm doing all of the same activities at one time. So I'm not picking up and putting down the scissors constantly. So now I'm finger creasing all of these. Okay. I only want to touch something as, do all the same movements as much as possible. Okay. Hi, Dave. You here? Yeah. Good morning. Oh, is Callie here too? Aw. Hi, Callie. Good morning, sweet girl. All right. So now I'm going to press all of these at the same time. Callie got a new machine, y'all. She got the Brother NQ3550W. It's exactly like my Gypsy machine, but, oops, I forgot to clap on that. It doesn't have the Disney in it. It's wireless with the 6x10 hoop, and I'm going up there in the end of this month, and I'm taking the collectible Christmas wedges. And Callie and I are going to do the Stitchuation room with you guys. And I think that's going to be fun. So be sure, if you've got grands that might like to sew, you can have them watch that too. Okay. So see how I did everything at the exact same time for all of them. That's just how my brain works, you guys. So if you want to make one geese unit at a time, that's great. I don't, because I feel like I can be more efficient. Okay. So there, it's just a matter of minutes. I've got 3 of them knocked out. Okay. Aw, look at that. The welcoming committee's got Callie wrapped in a bunch of hugs. Y'all, she goes into Ruth's Stitchery up there in Colorado Springs. There was a friend of theirs that gave her a little gift certificate to Ruth's. I love Ruth's Stitchery. We went in there. Starting her early, y'all. You're welcome, Ryan. I have no idea. Okay. Ryan's on with Callie.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Keith says, uh-oh. The family's all here, you guys. Okay. Let's see. You have dearly love and you want to make it? Okay, Deidre, get it out. Let's go, girl. That's what I'm working on. Yep. Oh, thank you, Catherine, for your super sticker. That's very thoughtful of you, sweetie. I appreciate it. I can get more patterns and make more geese, yeah? All right. Let me put this. You want to make sure when you get done with these, y'all, that you've got a 1/4 inch seam See that point? That's your 1/4 inch seam right there at the top where those meet. You got to make sure that you don't want it bigger and you don't want it smaller than 1/4 inch. Okay. Make sure. Okay. Yeah, I didn't even think about the imprint on the fabric, Patty. That's a good point. Okay. I was not a couture garment seamstress by any means, but I did take a lot of classes on garment sewing. I just, maybe it's because my weight fluctuates so much, but quilts always fit, right? That's what I love about that. And my third one. I'm trying to get this star done before our hour is up. This is just one of them. I got to make 2. Okay. Time to cut. And then when you cut, you can measure a 1/4 inch seam if you want. You don't have to. Okay. So I'm going to open this up. I want that top piece. Don't cut that off. But don't forget to cut these 2 bottom ones. If you do forget to cut them and you sew them in, let it go. It's fine. Nobody will know but you. Okay. It just is a little bit more bulk. It's no big deal. The long arm won't notice it, or if you want to quilt it with your embroidery machine, it won't notice it either. Don't worry about it. I've done that a couple of times in my travels, so don't worry about that. Okay, so there we go. So here's my flying geese unit, okay? This is called a flying geese because geese travel in a V. Your points should meet down there at the corners, just like that. You shouldn't have any extra, okay? And you do that by making sure that you maintain the integrity of the base shape. Here's the base shape, all right? And if I put this up to it and hold it up, it should match exactly. You should not see anything over the sides, okay? That's a good geese unit right there, okay? Quilts always fit. Yes, they do. Okay, so now I need a Q, and there's my Q square. It's got a little lump in it there. All right. Okay, so yesterday we talked about which side to sew up, right? Okay, so if I'm going to sew a geese unit to this square so that it looks like this, all right, I want to make sure to hit my needle right on that V point, right on the V point. So when you're just starting out, and I know some of you are very seasoned quilters, I get it, but I've got embroiderers in here too who don't know, okay? So when you're just starting out, you can take a pin and put it exactly on that V point right there from the front. Take a pin and put it in there. Oh, get it exactly, not wonky. How come I can't get that in there? Okay. I've got the pin exactly in that point. On the back, now where the pin's sticking out, take your little marker and put a dot. And it should be right where those 2 thread lines cross. I'm going to mark them so you can see. Mine's correct. Your thread lines make an X. See that? You should try to hit that point on that X. That's what you're looking for, okay? Let me get my cap. Okay. So when you're going to sew these, you want to get your edges to match exactly. Don't sew from this side. You can't see the X. Sew from this side. Okay. It'll happen. You'll put it down under the needle and you'll get to sewing and you'll go, I can't see where I'm going. And if that happens, just stop sewing, cut the thread, flip it over, and keep going. You don't have to unpick what you did. Don't worry about that. That's fine. So I'm aiming right for the crisscross on that point. And if I did it right, it's perfect. See that? There we go. Oh, your dad is in bed. Oh, I get it. I get it. That's Callie. She's on her dad's account. I get it. Your dad is in bed. That is not my son. That is my granddaughter. Okay. Oh my goodness. That's funny. I won't tell him you were on the internet, Callie. So see, this is how you want it to look. There is a school of thought to press your seams open. Not a fan, simply because it makes it harder to nest. Now, this particular pattern, where'd my pattern go? Let's see, I'm looking for the thing. Okay, so a pattern will have tiny little arrows. See those little arrows on there? That tells you which way to press your seams. Oh, he knows? Okay. Kelly says he knows. Too funny. Okay. When I show that, I should be wearing a magician's hat. Y'all, I make it look easy, but it's been years of frustration to figure out how to do that. It's that whole pin thing. It works. It's the whole pin thing. So that's telling you which way to press your seams. They're not telling you to press them open. And that is a complete, Betty Boop's here. She presses open and she makes it look beautiful every time. I'm not that good. So that tells me to press my seam toward the square. And you want to do that if you can, because if you press it up, look at all the bulk that you've got right there in that seam. Okay, so you have the white fabric and 2 layers of the green, and it gets bulky. All right, so you want to press it flat the other way. Yeah, sometimes I miss the comments and I don't see everything. So, okay, there we go. Well, girl, I'm proud of you for getting out of bed early. Oh my goodness. See, y'all are turning that little 10-year-old girl into a quilter. Okay, this looks good. So now I'm ready to sew the other one. So normally, and that's how I did that. That's just sewing that on. Normally you want to take your geese unit, what the pattern tells you to do, and you're going to take 2, I believe it's AAs. You press your seams closed so the threads stay together better when you quilt. Oh, Michelle's pretty good long armor, I believe. Michelle, don't you long arm for other people? Yeah. Okay. So you want to sew. We've got, what am I going to do with my pattern, y'all? Okay. I need to sew AAs to either side of this geese unit. Now, when I'm sewing these, it totally depends on how you want to do it. This is just me. I will try to sew with this seam allowance so that is going under the presser foot, so that, like, if I was to sew this way, right, there's a chance the presser foot could catch it and flip that back. Not the end of the world if it happens. It's not the end of the world. But it's up to you. All right, and I've got to do 2 of them this way. Face down, the geese unit is face up, and the side unit is face down. Okay, and again. Okay. Aw, Yes, sailing, you absolutely need to teach your grandchildren how to sew. Absolutely. It's a life skill. They'll keep it with them forever and ever and use it all the time. Okay, so there's that. 2 more. I want to hurry up and get this thing together. Where are we at here? Just got a couple of minutes left, you guys. I want to get this together. Hey, don't forget the Sew Tights is having their sale through July 4th, 10% off. And I've got a 15% off coupon. You can bundle with that on non-pre-order items. So it's anything that's available in their shop. One of y'all jumped on that. You got those magnums for your long arm. You're going to love those. Oh my gosh. You're going to love them. Absolutely love them. Okay. And then I need to get this sewn on here. Like this. I eyeballed it. Let's see. It'll be like that. Yeah, I eyeballed it and just hit that. And it did pretty good. Pretty happy with that. And generally, when these pattern designers tell you to press your seams one way on one piece and another way on another piece, it's so that they will nest together. Okay. All right. And one more. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to sew these together like this. And to nest, what I do is I will slide the seam allowances together, slide them together like that. All right. Make sure my edges are even. And I'm going to take a pin and add a 45-degree angle from my top right to lower left in one side of the seam allowance and out the other. And then same on this side. Butt them up together. And they each go a different direction, so they nest very nicely. And in one side of the seam allowance and out the other. And then on the bottom edge, I do like to put a pin to make sure that it doesn't go dancing around somewhere, because they like to do that. And I got to make sure to hit my little point right in there. And I take 1 to 2 stitches over. 1 to 2 stitches over the seam allowance. And as soon as my needle is over the seam line, I'll pull the pin. And that way they're locked together. At that point, another 1 to 2 stitches over the seam allowance. That's why you go in at a 45. If you go straight, it doesn't work. Yep. Look at that. So my corners have matched exactly, and I hit the point. See that? That's a good stitch. Very good. That's the benefit of nesting. Okay. I'm going to put my seams together so that they nest nice and tight. 45-degree angle in one side of the seam allowance and out the other. Okay. Both of them. And I'm going to make sure these edges the bottom edge of the sewn part are together and straight. All right, here's the last seam. 1 or 2 stitches over the seam line to make sure they're locked. Hit that point of that X. There we go. Perfecto. Ta-da! Yay! Awesome, awesome, awesome. That's what makes it fun, you guys. Using those little tricks and techniques to make sure everything, which way am I supposed to press these? In? Yeah, everything gets pressed in, right? Yes, everything gets pressed in. Ta-da! That's right, Vicki. Ta-da! Love it. Let me get this pressed open, nice and pretty. I think your block should measure 6.5. It does. Yeah, should measure 6.5. Press it. I need to take it over to the big pressing station. I have another larger, longer seam roll and clapper for the longer seams. Let me see. Okay. Well, no flipping. It wants to flip. No flipping allowed. You bend it to your will. Okay. There we go. There's my block. So you are looking for 1/4 inch seam allowances out here at the tips on all 4 sides, all 4 points of those geese. That's what you're looking for. Okay. There's one. So this took me half an hour, right? But I get quicker as I go when I'm not talking through it. So anyway. All right, you guys, this has been a lot of fun. Thank you so much for joining me. I love each and every one of you, and I hope you guys have a great day and a great 4th of July if I do not see you tomorrow. But I will be here tomorrow, and I want to thank each of you for coming. So would it be better to purchase the longer roll? If you can only get one, get the long one. Absolutely. Because as your blocks grow, you're going to want that longer roll for sure. Yeah. I like these because they will fit in a Yazzie bag and travel with me. So I've got them there. So on your way out the door, if you would be so kind as to hit the thumbs up button on your video. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. It's a pleasure to spend time with you every morning. All right, you guys, I will talk to you soon. You guys go sew something. Bye, Callie. Love you, baby girl. See y'all.